What's up, guys? Mount Vernon Kid here, back again. How's my pack doing? Your Alpha is here. Yeah, I'm rocking my Miles Morales shirt today. Why? Because yes, one of the reviews you guys have been waiting for is finally here for you guys. Yes, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is here. Sorry it took a little longer, guys. Look, I was busy during the holiday season. I didn't have time to go to the theaters at times. But I told my boy DPZ Depuzilla that I was gonna go see it. Probably Wednesday. I'll try to get to see an early showing, and I did. So I'm here to give my thoughts on this new animated Spider-Man series that pretty much revolves around yours truly. Now, I'm not going to spoil a lot. I'm trying not to spoil a lot. As you all know me, I try not to spoil anything in my reviews unless it's needed to be. So this is kind of a spoiler-free. But you guys want to hear what I have to think about this movie? Let me go right into details right now. First and foremost, did I enjoy the movie? Yes, indeed I did. I loved it. Hey, Sony, my advice, this is just me. How about you stick with the animated features and you let Marvel Studios do the live action stuff? Huh? How about that? But I guess you won't do that. What do I know, right? I'm just a fan. Anyway, this series does revolve around one Miles Morales. And we see Miles, he's just a kid. He's just a normal kid. He's going to this high fancy school. He's got a father. He's got a mom. He's biracial, as keeping true to the origins of the character. He's Afro-Latino, basically, living in Brooklyn. His mom's a nurse. His dad's a cop. Things like that. And one leads to another. He sees his version, his world, Spider-Man. And we see Spider-Man in this facing the Goblin. He's huge. He's hulking, basically implying the ultimate version of him, which I enjoyed. And Miles also sees his death. Now this is where I will spoil it. When Miles does get to see this version of Peter Parker, he's blonde. He's not brown haired. He's blonde. And I was thinking when I saw this, I was like, whoa, is he supposed to be Ben Reilly? Is he supposed to be homage to Ben Reilly? And hearing that voice, I'm like, that voice sounds familiar. So, being who I am, I looked it up, had to see who played Spider-Man in Miles' universe. Little did we know, it's Steve Trevor, aka Chris Pine, is the Spider-Man of that universe. I thought that was pretty cool. So now it is a, where do you go from there? Where does Miles go from it? He gave that Peter Parker a promise after what he saw with Kingpin. Lee Schreiber in this voicing the Kingpin was great. The design of Kingpin is hilarious. He's hulking, but then his body is kind of like his head's kind of lunched into his shoulders, like it's like slouched in, and he's like this. And I thought that was pretty funny. I'm like, okay, that's a really weird design, but very interesting. And of course, we see the world gets to know who Spider-Man is. In this in Miles' universe, Peter was 26, and we see MJ and Aunt May telling New York, thank you, you're all Spider-Man. And little did we know that, yes, Zoe Kravitz voiced MJ in both worlds, so that was pretty cool too. The storytelling of this was great. I'm not gonna lie, guys, it was. And it made you really relate, as always, what Stan Lee and Steve Ditko always wanted. Spider-Man is one of the most relatable heroes in comics, period. And this movie did that. Not only did it do that brilliantly, but it also gave off that notion what Stan Lee has always said, rest in peace, has always said, anybody can wear the mask. and they played that up to a T in this movie. We get to see just the chemistry between the older Peter Parker, Peter B. Parker, which is his middle name is Benjamin, and Miles, kind of like that Mr. Miyagi, I want to say Obi-Wan like feel, like he's trying to teach Miles. He's kind of like, I'm giving up, and there's a reason why he's kind of like doesn't really care and has given up. We see what his life has come to since in his world, and it's kind of bad. It's like it's almost the worst you can see for Peter. And trust me, as a true Spider-Man fan and loyal Spider-Man, that seeing that hurts. It's like, oh my God, Peter, like, oh God, like, come on. But you get to see the rest of the gang that's making Spider-Man Noir. Nicolas Cage did a great job voicing that character. He came off a little bit like Humphrey Bogart, which I liked. It was like, okay, I get the vibe that he's going with. There's one line when he first came in, he's like, where's that wind coming from? It's like the wind flows wherever I'm like, that cracked me up. We see Penny Parker, we see Spider-Ham, and we see Spider-Gwen, who we now know where she got that hairstyle from in the movie. I'm not gonna spoil that, but it was pretty funny. But though all these individuals here, Miles is still kind of left out because he's still trying to find himself with these powers. And he can't go to his parents. He tries to go to Uncle Aaron, as we all know who Uncle Aaron is in this universe. And wow, Mahershala Ali, who voiced Uncle Aaron, did a great job. Yeah, I'm throwing out actors' names, guys. I know who played the characters. I thought it was great, and the way to design the Prowler, a little bit of an homage to 616, but also a little bit of a nuances to this universe, which was great. Miles' mother, played by Luna I'm always forgetting her, who played Moreno from New York Undercover. She was Nina Moreno from New York Undercover. That's who voiced his mom. Lily Tomlin as Aunt May. I would have picked her as Aunt May in a live action movie. That's a good casting. Now, this was really good casting. I really enjoyed the casting. More importantly, we get to see just the fact that even though the other spiders, it is a coming of age story. It is a coming of age story for Miles to find his niche. And you root for Miles in this. It's not like you're saying, oh, he's just taking over. No, but he's finding himself in this. And, when he discovers who the Prowler is, wow. What a shocking moment for him. And I think we all could relate to that. If we were really close with an aunt or uncle, we're close with our parents, but our aunts or uncles, and we find out that your aunt or your uncle is a hired muscle for a known criminal. How does that make you feel? And they played that up really well. Now, they didn't pull no punches in this. When people died, they died. And I wasn't shocked that they were doing it. Probably one death that really shocked me, I didn't think they were going to go that far, was probably, I got to spoil this, was Uncle Aaron. I did not expect him to go that route. I was like, whoa, they actually went there? Whoa. But to see Miles, how does he adjust to that? And the other spiders coming to him and telling him, we all been there. We've been there, Miles. We know what it's like. And they all are explaining what it was that kind of pushed them to becoming who they are. They're spider characters. And I love that. I thought that was a great scene to showcase to Miles, like, yeah, for me it was Uncle Ben. For Gwen, it was losing Peter, her Peter Parker. It was all those niches, which was great. I loved the scene where Aunt May, like, the Peter Parker of Miles' universe had somewhat like a spider cave, and I love the nuances of everything. You saw the Spider Mobile. I was like, okay, wow, all the different suits. I was like, that's dope. That was great. And Aunt May taking on now that mentorship role for Miles was lovely, and I love that. When Miles finally found himself, that was beautiful. Well done for that. Like, I love that. I love how he found himself taking a leap of faith, and it was really great. What they did with Doc Ock in this, nice. I'm not. That was nice. I gotta give it to him. Very nice. I thought they may go with maybe, like I said, maybe some spoilers. I thought they may go with a little bit of a female version of Doc Ock, because there was a female Doc Ock, but it was really good. She came up really quirky and sweet at her, and then all of a sudden a switch went off, and I was like, that was dope. That was dope. You had Scorpion in this. He sounded, I think he was Latino, so it was kind of different. Tombstone was in this. We saw nuances of Hammerhead and people like that. So it was you got a good amount of what you wanted in this, and it worked. It really worked. This, like I said before, the storytelling was great. The music was great. I think Macklemore did this music score, so it was really good. I'm not the biggest Macklemore fan, but this score really worked, and the animation was smooth. When the city was dark, you're talking to somebody who has been in New York when it's dark, and New York City at nighttime is beautiful, and to see it in that, I kind of look at little things like that, and it worked. It very much worked. More importantly, seeing Miles go toe-to-toe with the Kingpin was cool. Was really cool. Now, the question of what when I first went into this, like, why is the Kingpin doing this? And we get to see. So this storytelling kind of gives us some reasoning for why we shouldn't feel like, oh, we hate the Kingpin. No, they kind of tried to go with a little bit of relatability. Why? And why? Well, it has a lot to do with a certain special someone in his life. 2 people, to be exact. Which, big ups for doing that. Thank you for doing that. You just didn't do one person, you did another person. I'm not going to ruin that, sorry. But it was all for them. And in some ways, you were like, okay, I understand but then you're also like, but this is hurtful. This is hurtful why you're gonna do it. So, but the movie was great. If I was to give this movie, I gotta give it a perfect 10. I gotta give it. It was perfect. It was near perfect. I'll just say near perfect, because there's probably gonna be people, oh, well, come on, you're just a Spider-Man fan. So no, it was great. It was near perfect. And seeing what the other spiders are doing in their own universe was great. I love that. The Rubik's Cube. Come on, that was so funny. I love that. But let that end credit, my pack. Come on with that. Really? We going there. We going with that guy. I knew it. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it. I knew they left him out for a reason. Yes, it's a he. And where he went, come on. And thank you for the treatment to Stan Lee. Thank you. Great movie, guys. I got 2 more movies to see that. I know a lot of you guys have been you guys want to see my react. You want to hear my review on her. So, yes, I got Aquaman and I got Bumblebee. Yes, I will be seeing Bumblebee. So look out for those reviews, guys, real soon. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. I hope this pleases you guys. Your alpha delivered. I promised you guys I would. Here you go. Yes, shout outs to Miles Morales as always. And well, as always, you know my slogan, guys. Peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real as always. I'm out.